It is possible that you have heard before about the personality of the man of the confident and dominant alpha type, which is the nucleus that attracts everyone's attention, so that societies are keen to raise the man to act according to this approach. But nevertheless there are those who do not care about these rules, and go against the grain, and they are the owners of the Sigma personality, which also has the same advantage. With the prestige and respect of all, what is the secret of the prestige of this character? And why is everyone attracted to it? The secret is simply due to a number of qualities, which characterize this character, which gives it prestige and attractiveness among people. This adjective. The characters of Allah, Fa, Sigma, and absentee are all in line to some extent. He has the personality of her home, the owner of the personality of Sigma, who devotes his life to the pursuit of his goals and raise the level of his wisdom in dealing with people and situations around him, and tries to raise the level of his knowledge and acquire new skills. This makes him gain many experiences as well, increase his social awareness, which makes him obtain a distinguished social position and enjoys prestige and dignity among others. One of the distinctive qualities possessed by the owner of the Sigma personality, which gives him prestige and attractiveness, is self-confidence. Focusing on Atta, and working to develop it, makes him obtain a distinguished social status, as we said, and this matter automatically raises his self-confidence, in addition to the fact that this person does not care at all about the words of others, because he is not considered the best stereotypical way to live, which shows on his actions, his words and clothes as well, because the prevailing thing in society is that the owners of personalities, successors, put the customs and traditions of the seventh, which are followed by the owners of the characters Bada, which, as we said earlier, tend to be dependent and submissive, and even consider them ideal rules. But the owner of a deaf personality always looks at things from different angles. He follows the right part of her brain, and is responsible for logical analysis, so he does not take a step until before he thinks about it carefully. In shopping, for example, it walks on the value for happiness rule. At work, too, he walks by the give-and-take rule, and has no difficulty rejecting things that are outside his work. As for life in general, he acts according to his principles, without submitting to a certain rule that contradicts them, at a time when the majority of people unfortunately become imprinted with several habits and ideas that contradict reason and religion, such as loans, usury, bribery, and others, except that the few people, including the owner of a personality, are firm on his principles like mountains. This few, as Dr. Mustafa Mahmood, may God have mercy on him, said, are present in every age. Their slogan is to resist what we love, and bear what we hate. This boldness and high confidence gives this personality attractiveness and prestige among people. Introversion is considered the outer cover of the personality, but not in the prevailing concept of it in society, which is associated with mental illness and depression, but it is a sword that makes him prefer to work alone or tweet outside the flock, as we said, so he is often nicknamed the lone wolf. He finds it difficult to build trust with one of them, whether at work or in his private life. This is both good and bad at the same time. How the issue of self-reliance is one of the useful things in life that will enable you to achieve, but the issue of the lack of skill to work as a team may be a weakness of this character, because one of the basic skills that every person needs in his life is the skill of working within the group, according to Ibn Khaldun, a social being by nature, but this does not prevent him from being isolated a little. Reviewing oneself and contemplating what has passed, in addition to planning for what is to come, this distinctive template that is printed on this character gives it a distinctive golden prestige and Shah among people. Unlike the owner of the above character, the owner of the character of prisoners has no reason to maintain a certain general appearance, because he does not tend to please the public or gain acceptance from anyone else, because he is as self-sufficient as possible. Despite being a Sigma personality, he seems an isolated liar, but in time of need you can attract him to a brilliant official who takes the reins of his rule, and has the calmness that qualifies him to be a strong leader, who can influence others, and hold the reins. In addition to being characterized by giving, this person knows how to take care of his family and himself, because he is a very responsible person. This person you need to go to when you have a bad day, or when you don't know how to fix a particular problem, and the owner of Sigma personality than others in leadership situations when he takes up senior positions, does not have vanity at all, but works to respect everyone, and this gives him attractiveness and prestige among others. One of the distinctive things that the owner of the Sigma personality has is the keenness to protect his privacy, so it is impossible to find him sharing his married life, for example, even with the closest people to him, and the same applies to his ambitions and goals. He sees that these things fall within the scope of his privacy. It gives him a charming mystery among the people. As we said earlier, the owners of the Alpha character set the rules in the game of life. In clothes, for example, they wear expensive brands, and promote, so it is transcendence and sophistication, which makes the owners of the characters of Beta imitate them in that, which is unique to them. The owner of the character of Sigma, who does not pay any attention to materialism, he does not seek to own expensive things, because he understands that owning these things, even if they are expensive, will not replace self-esteem. For example, he wears clothes that he likes, not because they are a particular brand, but because they match his needs. This is why in general, the owner of a handsome personality buys things and he set his needs, so he is the child according to the wrong rules dictated to him by others. This matter is undoubtedly superior to its power and prestige among the people. Unlike the Beta character, which is programmed to submit to the above rules, Sigma people do not like submission at all at work. For example, if Sigma chooses between job and self-employment, the job will choose Hura because it doesn't like having a higher authority that follows its perceptions. Therefore, many of those who have the personality of Sigma are either businessmen who are thinkers or innovators in different fields. This distinction is also unaware of its meaning, and enjoys prestige and attractiveness among others.